Anyhow, I didn't really think of it. I was too relieved to have made it through the most dangerous part of my walk, at least until I started coming back. This gentleman was approaching me, walking on the other side of the street, walking this way, and he sort of looked at me and grinned, and I could give a fuck. Everybody's bigger than me, and I was, I'm used to weird looks. At the time, I had short hair. I had just cut my hair about 3 months previously. But he starts crossing over towards me, lifting his chin a little bit, and I'm thinking he's about to ask something. I'm like, okay. And he then closes with me very quickly, putting one hand under his shirt, pressing forward into me, and said, "I've got a gun. Get back on the bridge. I've got a gun." Only he's got this big grin on his face, and and that was a moment where life as I knew it was over. Not in the psychological sense, in the emotional sense. I dropped back like this, completely panicking for us. I mean, I was moving, but I was like, I'm going to die now. And grabbed the lapel of the jacket, pulled it out and forward, reached down, fumbled with the holster for a second before I got it undone, because I had never drawn under stress before. The first time I'd ever drawn a weapon in anger, so to speak. And the moment the snap came free, my blood, I don't want to say my blood went cold, it went cool. It was like there was no separation between thought and action, emotion and action. At that moment, there were no rationalizations, there were no thoughts of, well, if I do this, or if he does this, I'll do this. It was action and intention were one. And I pulled out the pistol, put my finger on the trigger, still keeping my jacket up, pushed back, flipped off the safety, and said, "So do I." And the smile on my face, I can still feel. It was a feral thing, because in that moment, and I forgot to even mention this, when he first said that, I was panicking as I was reaching for the weapon. I mean, I should be dead if he. But I looked back, and there was the idea of going back onto the bridge was simply not a possibility. It never occurred to me to comply. If I had not had the firearm, it would not have occurred to me to comply, for reasons which are complicated. But I wasn't going to do it. But what I knew in that moment was that I was probably dead. That if he pushed me back towards the bridge, I was going to fire. And that if I felt any impact whatsoever, if I heard a bang, if I felt a shock, if anything sudden happened, I was going to fire. And I don't know or care what was going through his head. He stepped back and put up his hands and said, "No, I was just kidding. I was just trying to scare you. I was just trying to get some money." And I don't remember what I said. I think I might have said, "You stupid son of a bitch." And I'm not certain who I was talking about. That was the general sentiment of what I said. And I put away the weapon. And he's like, "Oh, you're kidding. You're kidding. You didn't have a gun, did you?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I did." "Well, let me see. Let me see." And he bent forward and I pulled it out. There's a fucking gun. And he was like, "Holy shit, damn, I gotta stop that. I almost got shot." And I'm like, "Yes, you did." And that changed me in ways. I mean, he walked, basically, I think there was a crack house up a block and a half. And I think he was running around. He wanted $15. I knew this because I figured the lessons I had just learned, I was going to give him 10. Period. I don't care if he was trying to mug me. I was going to give him $10. I
3 minutes cheap. Remaining.
Fuck off. And he was like, "I need 15. I need 5 more." And I'm like, "I don't know what to tell you." And he didn't argue. For reasons which I can guess at, but so what does this have to do with morality? Well, I learned what I will kill for. I learned that I will kill to preserve not my manhood, not my manliness, not my freedom of action, but when surprised, I will do anything in my power to not be helpless. Even if that is retreat into my own mind and surrender everything external to me, surrender control of it completely. But I already knew that about myself at that point. What I did not know what I did not know
1 minute remaining.
Is that I would kill that which was going to destroy me. With
45 seconds remaining. 43.9
Shut up.
seconds remaining.
With no hesitation, no thought, no. I mean, I would have killed him. And I hope you watch the rest of this because there's more. But thank you. The important part is yet to come.